Let's talk about the future of comic book movies and 2026. Supergirl versus Spider-Man. Some people out there are saying that Spider-Man is going to get defeated by Supergirl. And we live in a world where anything can happen, but Marvel is in a bad place, which I think is fueling some of that conversation. Marvel's not doing well. Fantastic Four, not doing well. That movie is very much a flop, even though there are articles out there written a couple of days ago even, not even that long ago. I don't remember the exact date, but saying that Fantastic Four is crushing it at the box office, which I find hilarious. The conversation is going to come out just like it is with Thunderbolts right now, which was also crushing it. Remember when they were saying that this is actually a great box office? No. Disney admitted that it's a flop. Marvel is doing terribly right now. You know, they have Eyes of Wakanda. Okay? Eyes of Wakanda. No one's talking about it. This is some show. It's like a prequel. I guess it takes place around or before Captain America, the First Avenger. I'm not quite sure. I haven't watched it. I'm not going to watch it. But I guess they decided to go right in with that MCU bullshit, and they made Iron Fist a girl. Yay, that's what everybody was asking for, so good job, Marvel. But they're trying to create some hype. This is why you're seeing Spider-Man scenes from the movie being shot. There was a scene of him swinging next to an explosion. You're seeing a lot of Spider-Man teasers right now. And now you're seeing Ryan Reynolds tease Avengers Deadpool. They're keeping this one quiet. I guarantee you Avengers is in this movie. They already hyped it up with Deadpool and Wolverine because he's going to sacrifice himself and Thor holds him and cries. So now they're trying to hype this up because this character can actually make money. Same thing with Spider-Man. So now we're starting this conversation. I thought this was fake. Nobody thinks this. Supergirl is expected to beat SpiderMan Brand New Day at the box office next July. Now, I'm going to press X to doubt on this one. But, like I said, at first I thought this was a meme. I thought this is fake. No one is actually saying this. But lo and behold, someone actually was. And I like this guy, actually. He puts out pretty good box office summaries. I don't know how well he is at predicting, though. So, Luis Fernando says that Supergirl might beat Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I got to say, I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, his reasoning for this is because Spider-Man Homecoming and Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman, not 1984. In fact, she's not even the original Wonder Woman. What am I thinking? The Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, the first one. I actually liked that movie. The ending's a little shitty. I wish they would have had a better end fight, but overall, I like that movie. It's a pretty good war movie. I liked it. Now, the problem with this breakdown, and we'll go through it, is that Spider-Man Homecoming, okay, came off of the heels of, it was the third reboot in so long. And I remember that. That was a big criticism of this movie because it wasn't that long before that movie that we had just had Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man reboot that was right on top of Tobey Maguire's, kind of. And then, now here's Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So it was a big thing. This is why they didn't do the origin again, because they just did it on top of Tobey's. It was a weird decision. That's what kicked off the do we need to do the origin again stuff. I thought they could have just skipped it in that first Andrew movie, which I didn't hate. It's just nowhere near as good as Tobey's. And that movie, I have a lot of criticism of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies. There was a lot of things I liked and a lot of things I hated about those movies. He was a great Spider-Man, and I'm glad he did get a happy ending with a little bit of a redemption arc in the last Spider-Man movie. Now, the last Spider-Man movie made a lot of money, but a lot of that had to do with the fact that it had the previous two Spider-Man in it, and everybody wanted to see that, and it was a lot of nostalgia, bringing all the villains back. I don't think the new one will do the same numbers, but I do think it'll come pretty damn close, as most Spider-Man movies do, because Spider-Man is very popular. Him and Batman jockey between 1 and 2 for biggest superhero all the time. Right now, it's currently Spider-Man, but that'll probably flip and then flip back. They're the two most popular superheroes in the world, 100%. I don't think too many people disagree with that breakdown. Now, the reasoning for this, it gets broken down even further, but let me just break this down. So he is right about one thing. Wonder Woman did keep up and almost beat Spider-Man Homecoming at the box office. Spider-Man Homecoming, and that's the one with Michael Keaton, which is actually a good movie. Can we stop pretending that movie is bad? Like, that whole scene with Michael Keaton in the car with Peter Parker is gold. But that aside, the second one I hate. I don't hate it. I don't like it, though. The one where he's Spider Monkey. But anyway, that movie made about $800 million something, almost $900 million. And Wonder Woman made about $800 million. It was pretty damn close. In fact, this article breaks it down a little bit better. From Fortress of Solitude. Box office analyst predicts Supergirl will outgrow SpiderMan Brand New Day. And he's drawing a parallel between Wonder Woman 2017 success, like I said, and Spider-Man Homecoming. And I just don't think that's going to happen. At that point in time, people were kind of on the fence about this new direction with Spider-Man. And I think that, especially with the last one, Tom Holland has really cemented himself as the wall crawler, because that whole trilogy was basically him becoming Spider-Man. And now he is. And I think that movie is going to benefit from especially the last one. I think that movie changed a lot of people's minds. I remember even Gary was like, okay, like now he's kind of likes him. He changed a lot of people's minds with that movie. So I think the next one benefits from that. And you got Punisher in it. Now, Mark Ruffalo, I don't know how many people feel that high on him, but the Punisher and Spider-Man teaming up is pretty cool. I like that. If they're really smart, if there's a brain cell left over at that Marvel office, they'll make the movie poster pay respects to the Punisher's first appearance with that sweet-ass cover where he's taking a shot at Spider-Man and he's in the sights. That is a cool movie poster, just begging to be created with the actors. And if they're smart, they'll do that. Now, Supergirl and Wonder Woman are very, very different when it comes to recognition and likability. Wonder Woman, women like her a hell of a lot more. You see a lot. I barely ever see any cosplaying of Supergirl. It's always Wonder Woman. And that's a limited sample that I'm picking, right? I don't go everywhere. But Wonder Woman is a hell of a lot more relevant than Supergirl. Also, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I'm not that big on that book. In fact, I really don't like it. I'm not a fan of that version of Supergirl. Tom King, in my opinion, very overrated. That's the story for this book. That's a hell of a lot different than her fighting in a war. In fact, if anything, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is more of a Western. But it does have one thing going for it. and it's brought up in this article. Jason Momoa is a Lobo in this movie. Now, the reason that this is being brought up is because Wonder Woman had a big female audience. In fact, I believe it's pointed out in this article that Wonder Woman, 52% of its audience was female. And that's crazy. I didn't know that. Now, if women do like a movie, they will go see it a bunch of times and make events out of it. This is what pushed Barbie to huge heights. I don't think Supergirl is the next Barbie. I'm sorry. But Jason Momoa is definitely what pushed that first Aquaman up. Women taking Aquaman, took their kids to Aquaman, for the plot, as pointed out here. I just don't think that this is going to happen. I think that SpiderMan movie probably going to make $800 to $900 million. Spider-Man is comic book fatigue proof. 100%. He is. Batman can be too, even though The Batman didn't make a crazy box office. It made money, but it didn't make a crazy box office. I think that largely has to do with that movie came out of the gate when everyone was fearing getting the coof. Everyone was kind of still scared to go to the theaters. I do factor that in a little bit. I think if The Batman were to release today, it probably would have made more money. The Batman is also comic book fatigue proof. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Deadpool, and to some extent the X-Men maybe. They might have lost. Well, I don't know. Wolverine's still packing in them bucks. So I think the X-Men are to an extent comic book fatigue proof. Though Marvel could prove us wrong. We'll see how they handle it. I'm telling you right now, if they cast and go that Malcolm X, Martin Luther King route with Magneto and Professor X, that shit is going to backfire in their face, just like female Silver Surfer did. So, never underestimate the stupidity of Marvel executives. Go look at those posts from Bo DeMayo, the guy who's doing who did do the X-Men 97 stuff, and the shit he's been revealing about the people over there. No wonder it's a shit show with their box office. He's really been doing a good job of exposing them. I'm probably going to do a video breaking down all of the stuff that he's put out over the past 2 weeks because it's some spicy shit. But Supergirl, I don't see this. There's no big fond memories of Supergirl. Barbie and Wonder Woman definitely have their places with women, especially Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's always kind of been seen as this female empowerment figure. Even though a lot of them aren't reading the comics and stuff, they still like Wonder Woman. That's why Wonder Woman, the first one, did pretty good. Everyone hated 1984. 1984 sucked, but still, Wonder Woman still has a little bit of power. I think a James Gunn Wonder Woman movie would probably do pretty damn good. We'd have to wait and see. I think they could channel some of that Barbie success if they did it right. Supergirl, I just don't see having that. But you never know. But I think, I don't know, Supergirl could probably surprise some people, but I don't think it outgrosses Spider-Man. I just don't see that happening. I think Brand New Day will likely be pretty damn successful because you just can't count Spider-Man down. Sorry. Especially if somehow, some way, Toby pops back up in there. That's going to be even bigger. And don't count that out. I'm telling you right now. So, I just don't see this happening. Superman's not blowing the doors off of the box office. And I like that movie. I've given it a good review. But it's still not performing very well. And you're going to tell me Supergirl's going to step up and take that spot? I don't think so. Sorry, Lewis. I don't think so. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Drunkin Supergirl, Frat Girl Supergirl, is going to outgross Spider-Man? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video, make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.